Now we're going to talk to Jack Diebler, who is a relatively new member of our troupe, but nonetheless a star. So let's get right down to it. Jack, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, and thank you for the delightful moniker star, Mary Catherine. It's a pleasure.
Well, you've earned it. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Let's dig deep. Where were you born?
I was born in a hospital bed, which is quite unusual since it was in the middle of the forest. We just wheeled it out there, and because my parents were naturalists, but it was in suburban Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
And how was that experience for you?
It was cold, as I recall, I believe I was unclothed.
Was 12 a particular pivotal year for you?
Well, it was the time of, shall we say, the changes that young men go through. My parents were naturalists. We're in the forest. I was effectively raised by 2 cows, a cat, and a mink.
Let me ask you about your business career, if I may.
Sure.
Okay, when Bill Gates approached you 20 years ago to ask you to rescue Microsoft with your expertise, did you respond as a senior consultant?
Not immediately.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, I didn't respond immediately.
Did you respond as a senior consulting manager? I do need to read this, it's impressive. And certified business continuity and cybersecurity planner? Or did you improv it?
Oh, it was with Billy, as his friends know him, or Big B. I actually was in a professional mode, totally professional. I would say not quite so much cyber as it was senior, because quite frankly, I'm older than he is.
Ah, and so that worked for you. As a certifiable business analyst and a customer knows certifiable business continuity person, when exactly did you become certifiable?
I suppose if I had all those problems at 12, certifiability would have come at 13.
In your official bio from your company website, I could not help but notice the density and incoherence of your list of accomplishments. Just kidding, were you?
No, I was being very truthful. There are times I'm so perspicacious that none can understand the parlance of my vernacular. I'm serious. I can't believe it.
What's your real job?
It was that transparent, was it? I sell eggs.
That's why I make the big bucks. You know, as you know, Jack, we are Wilmington's premier improv unit. Yet you live in Pennsylvania. Have you had any trouble crossing the border coming to our rehearsals and performances?
Just when I have to change currency. A damnable thing. I lose a good 10 or 20% on every dollar.
Oh,
but it's worth it to be with Fearless.
To be with us. That is simply great. What we want to do now is go to our lightning round, which, as you know, I have borrowed from our old friend, Bernard Perdue. What is your favorite sound? And your least favorite?
It's the opposite of the first.
My last question. If there is a heaven, then there must be a hell. What would you like Satan to say to you when you arrive at the gates of hell?
Don't forget to clean up behind you. And what about those eggs you promised me?
Hey, thank you very much. Very revealing, Jack. Thanks so much for being with us. This is Mary Catherine Kelley speaking for City Theater's Fearless Improv. See you next week.